everyone, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just have to start by saying, first off, thank you so much everyone for your love and your support and your words of encouragement and the shares and the comments and the subscribers. I am still so awestruck that things are going as well as they are just a couple days into this channel. So I'm super excited to be here today and to do a more dramatic look for you. Sort of inspired by the weather outside. It's kind of changing. It's getting a little bit cooler here in PA, so summer is definitely over. So I guess now it's time to bust out the smoky eyes and the dark lips. So here we are. I decided to kind of go with like a cooler, like purple tone today and the purplish gray color lip. I think it's like a lot of fun. It's really dramatic. Of course, there's some shimmer in there as always. I also filmed a brow tutorial for you guys, so that's going to be at the beginning. I'll put in the description where the actual makeup tutorial starts, so if you guys want to skip the brow tutorial, you can go right into today's makeup. So if you guys want to see how to do this look, just keep watching. Okay, so let's do some eyebrows. So I have already cleansed, prepped, primed my eyes, lips, and face. My face, I used the Cover FX Blurring Primer. I don't love it. Just used a different primer from them before. I used the anti-aging primer, and I actually like the way that that one like fills in my acne scars and my pits a little bit better than the blurring primer, which is kind of confusing to me, but whatever's clever. And then on my eyes, I primed everything from my lid up over my eyebrow because I wanted to prime my eyebrows as well so that they have a really good base for being filled in. And I used Urban Decay's Primer Potion in Eden. I like this one just because it's completely matte. The original one has like a touch of like a shimmer to it, so I like this one because it's completely totally matte. I used the Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics Lip Tar Primer as usual on my lips. So for my eyebrows, I am just going to use the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Ultimate Brow Palette. It has multiple different shades. There's like the lighter for like the blondes and like the light hair. That's like a, I would say like a darker blonde, medium brown, and then for people with black hair as well. The top two rows are shadows, and then the bottom one is like a gel. I don't use the gel. I only use powders on my eyebrows. I think that just using powders, it looks a little bit softer and a little bit more natural, and I really like that soft gradient in towards the beginning of my eyebrow, and I think that's a little bit easier to achieve with a powder than it is with like a pomade or a gel or a pencil. Real quick, I guess, let me just talk about like the care of my eyebrows. I wax my own eyebrows just because like my eyebrows are like my thing. Like that is like my one thing I'm weird about. Like otherwise I'm cool with my hair, I'm cool with just about everything else, but like my eyebrows are like my one thing that I'm like, I have to do them. I wax my eyebrows about every 2 weeks just so I can really keep the shape. I like to wax mine so often because when I fill them in, sometimes like the eyeshadow will stick to like the little peach fuzzies around my eyebrows, so I think I just get like a more sharp and defined eyebrow the more often I wax them. And while we're on the topic, can we stop getting our eyebrows waxed at nail salons? Like, I mean, I don't know how it is in other states, but in Pennsylvania, typically a nail salon is licensed as a nail salon. The people in said nail salon are nail technicians, and in Pennsylvania, you have to be either a cosmetologist, an esthetician, or licensed in waxing to wax. So, with that being said, most of these people don't have dual licenses, nor are they cosmetologists, so they can't do nails and wax. So personally, to me, it's a little bit shady. Anytime I have ever seen any of my friends go and get their eyebrows waxed, they're double dipping, they're using the same stick. There's a lot of different things that go into it that's just really unsanitary. Sometimes they keep their temperatures too hot and it burns your skin. So next time you go into your nail salon, look for a cosmetology license, an aesthetics license, or some kind of a waxing license. If they do not have any of those present, do not get your eyebrows waxed there. Please. So anyway, I'm going to dip into the lightest color here, and I am just going to fill in the front half of my eyebrow right right to like the curve of the arch here, and I always bring them in pretty far. Like I'll bring them in so that they almost touch, just so that when I put my foundation on I can blend everything together. So it's gonna look really goofy for a minute, but we'll fix it, I promise. I'm not worried about them being completely perfect right now, just because we'll go back in with concealer and kind of sharpen everything up and clean everything up. But now that I've filled in the front half and I've brought it in obnoxiously far to the point of almost having a unibrow, I am going to pick up the darker shade in that first row there, and I am going to fill in the second half of my eyebrow from about here back. I'm going to take a concealer brush just like this, and I'm going to pick up some of my LA Girl Cosmetics concealer in the shade Classic Ivory, and I am just going to carve out my eyebrows. And you literally just want the littlest amount of product on the brush. I always start it right in the middle of my brow here, and then I work it this way and I work it this way, just because I don't want to go in and carve it all in. I think it's better to work in smaller sections, that way you have more control over what you're doing. See, look at the difference between that one and that one. Like, it just looks so much sharper when you clean it up. You know what I mean? So now that I did that, I am just going to go in with a little bit more of my loose face powder, and I'm just going to set under my eyebrows so that when I go back and blend in all my eyeshadows, everything is really smooth. So now that I have my eyebrows on, I haven't completely finished them yet, but we'll do all that once we get our foundation on. I don't really know what I'm going for right now. It's going to be a little bit darker and a little bit more smoky, and I think I'm going to do a little bit more cool tones. So today I'm going to use my Tarte Pro palette. Can we just talk about the fact that it smells like white chocolate? It's amazing. It smells like white chocolate. Like, let's just kind of play around and we'll see what we get. I'm going to take that lightest shade, this like white color. It's called Vintage, and I'm just gonna apply that all over my eye just so we have an extra nice space to apply all of our colors onto. I'm going to take that next shade, Fierce. It's like a mauve-y purple color, and I'm just going to apply that into my crease. Then I'm just going to pick up a clean blending brush and I'm just going to soften this area right in here. Then I'm just going to go in with a smaller dome brush into the color No Filter. I'm just going to apply that kind of into my outer V right in through here. Going back in with that same clean brush, just blending everything back together. And then I'm going to go back in with the same brush that I applied Fierce with, and any leftover product I'm just going to use and reapply that. And same thing, I'm taking that small dome brush. Then I'm going to pick up the shade Vamp, which is like that really dark purple color, and I'm going to apply that in like the very littlest part of my outer V right there. Gonna go back and blend. All right, so now that that's all been blended together, I am just gonna go back in with that light white shade called Vintage, and I'm gonna go into my brow bone right here and then on my lid as well. Then I'm going to pick up that shade Glam. Oh my gosh. That one, and I'm just gonna apply that to my lid. Alright, so I think I'm going to dampen my brush and I'm going to go back into that eyeshadow and apply it wet just so I really get that intensity of the glitter and the shimmer in it. That dry a little bit. In the meantime, I am going to highlight my eyebrow. I'm just going to use my Nicole Glow Kit, which is like my favorite. So I'm gonna pick up 143 and I'm gonna apply that to my eyebrow. And I love this shade, but I also love this shade like a million times over because it reminds me of my really good friend Tiffany, who passed away just a little over 5 years ago now. And we used to always listen to that song by Ray J, 143, and that means I love you. So anytime I ever hear or, see 143, it always makes me think of Tiffany. So I guess along with doing this, now I'm gonna dedicate this tutorial to my beautiful angel Tiffany. I'm just gonna pick that up and I'm gonna apply that to my brow bone. Now that that is done, I'm going to apply my foundation, my concealer. I'm going to set everything, apply my contour and all of that good stuff. So I'll go ahead and do that and then I'll come back and we'll finish everything up. So I have applied my foundation, my concealer. I am baking under my eyes and my chin. And I have gone in and tight lined my eyes with the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner in black. I am just going to apply the same colors we put on the same colors that we put on the lid on the lower lash line, just from lightest to darkest. So then I am going to buff in my powder and then I am going to highlight and contour my face like always with my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette, and I use these two shades. They are Lyric and Shadow Play. highlight my cheeks, my forehead, my nose, and my chin, I'm going to go back in with 143. Alright, so I've done my liner and my lashes, and then I did set everything and retouch my highlighter. Now for my lips, I'm going to go back in with the same pencil I used last time. It is the LA Girl lip liner in True Brown, and then I'm going to go around the outside of my lips with NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in the shade Brooklyn Thorn around the outside, and then I'm going to use Sandstorm on the inside and blend them all together. So that is our dramatic transitional summer to fall look for today. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.